Point creep. Every Western hunter has heard the term. Most of them have felt it. That slow, sinking realization that the hunt you've been building toward keeps moving one step further away, year after year, no matter how faithfully you apply. What almost nobody tells you is this: point creep is not the same problem in every state. The draw system underneath it changes everything. And if you're playing the wrong game, you might be running hard on a treadmill that was never going to stop. Here's the mechanism. It's not complicated. More hunters enter the draw every year. They don't draw, they earn another point. The minimum threshold to draw a tag pushes upward. You accumulate points to keep pace. So does everyone else. In a pure preference point system, where points are the only thing that matters, this treadmill has no off switch. Your points are real. Their purchasing power shrinks anyway. But in states with a random draw component, point creep is still a headache. You just can't seal the vault completely. Those are two very different situations, and you need to know which one you're actually in. Let's go through each one. Colorado is currently the strictest system of the 5 states we'll cover. Top points draw, no random pool, no relief valve. If you're below the break point on a coveted unit, those tags simply don't exist for you this year. What makes it worse, hunters can buy a point without even entering the draw. So a hunter who's been quietly banking for 10 years can walk in and leapfrog everyone who's been faithfully applying the whole time. No warning, no way to see it coming. Point creep in Colorado operates at full brutality. The good news, and there is good news, Colorado is changing everything starting in 2028. 50-50 split. Half the tags to top point holders, half into an open random draw. A 0-point hunter will have a genuine shot. The calculus shifts considerably when that door opens. Wyoming runs a preference point system for non-residents, but with an important split baked into the structure. Of the non-resident tag allocation, 75% flows top-down to the highest preference point holders. That portion operates like Colorado, pure treadmill, and Wyoming lets hunters bank points without entering, so invisible competition can surface any year. But the remaining 25% of non-resident tags, dead even random draw, 0 points, 15 points, same odds. This is your play for now. The cruelest Wyoming scenario is what Percival calls the middle tier trap. Enough points to feel close to the preference breakpoint. Pulling the Wyoming odds reports and looking at the spill tiers give you actual tiers. Watching the draw floor or that breakpoint move one notch further or more every year. If that's you, and it's a lot of hunters, the random pool's not a consolation prize. It's your most honest path to a tag. Do you know the point creep percentages on the hunts you're applying for in Wyoming? Utah runs 2 different systems depending on hunt type. General seasons, pure preference point top down. Point creep there looks like Colorado, but on limited entry hunts, the hunts most people are actually chasing, Utah uses a 50-50 bonus point split. Half the permits go to highest point holders, half go into an open random draw, every remaining applicant eligible. A word of caution from Percival, and I mean this sincerely. Don't confuse the 2-point systems Utah uses. If you do, you could be highly disappointed a few years down the road. What this means for a point creep is important. The 50% random allocation permanently caps the damage. No matter how many high point hunters pile up on one side, half the tags stay accessible to anyone in the draw. The floor is structurally protected and cannot fully creep away from you. Arizona specifically designed its bonus point system to prevent the draw from becoming a closed vault. Arizona Game and Fish said so directly in their own documentation. They looked at pure preference point systems, saw where they ended up, and chose a different structure. The draw runs 3 passes. Pass 1 reserves a portion of tags for maximum point holders only. Passes 2 and 3 open to all remaining applicants, with fresh random draws each pass. A 0-point hunter is never shut out of the draw. Point creep in Arizona shows up in how competitive that first bonus pass becomes. The way to reach maximum points extends as the field grows. Base your application choices on units that don't fill on the bonus pass alone. Regardless, passes 2 and 3 remain structurally accessible. You're always in the game. Every point you build improves your position. Nevada runs the most egalitarian draw of the 5 states. 1 random pool, everyone in it. Points don't create a tier, they multiply your entries, and they multiply aggressively. 5 points earns you 26 entries. 10 points earns you 101. The traditional point creep problem, a rising minimum threshold, doesn't exist in Nevada. The draw is always random. What does grow is the relative advantage of the high point field, as their entry count compounds year over year. You're not locked out, you're increasingly outgunned. Different problem, real problem. It manifests itself differently compared to a strict preference point draw. Understanding that, approach Nevada draws with that newfound knowledge in mind. Every piece ever written about point creep eventually says the same thing. Stop chasing dream units, go hunt more. That advice is not wrong, but it is not a decision framework. The real questions are, where is the current draw floor, and is it still moving? How many hunters are at your point level right now? How many tags went out at each point level last year? And does the math, the actual math, support staying the course? A feeling is not an answer. A forum post is not an answer. The numbers are the answer. The full breakdown, state by state, system by system, and the 4-question framework Percival uses to make this call is laid out in the complete blog post at thetagprospector.com. If the framework points you toward redirecting your strategy, the next question is where to efficiently use those points and plan this year's season and upcoming seasons. That decision deserves real data, not a hunch, not a 5-year-old forum thread. How many applicants were at your point level last year? How many tags went out on that unit you've been applying for the last 8 years? What were your actual odds at your species, your residency, your point total? That's what the Tag Prospector digs up for you. Personalized draw odds reports for Wyoming, Utah, Colorado, Arizona, and Nevada. $9.99. 1 report. 1 number that's worth 100 guesses. The full article is waiting for you at thetagprospector.com. Read the whole thing, then go run your numbers. Pay dirt's there, partner. But you gotta know which creek you're panning in. Find your vein. thetagprospector.com.